All right. Shalom, shalom. The Hebrew Israelites coming out here day in and day out, prophesied downfall of America, uprising of Israel, you know, which is America's spiritual Sodom and Egypt, modern day Babylon, you know, and the Israel consists so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans are the hopeful elect. Foremost, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai. You know, all glory and honor to the Most High Yahweh, His Son Yahweh Shai. In the name of the Holy Spirit, and double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, the great millstone, much salutations to the brother teaching the word. The hopeful elect, soon to be the elect, Most High will. The hopeful extended elect, shalom, blessings. Getting right into it, man. You already know what America's about. Go not in the ways of America, you know. Choose none of her ways, basically. This place is filled with adultery, idolatry, witchcraft, wickedness, you know. Our people think in the mind of this modern day America, our women think in the mind of modern day America. That's why they don't understand a lot of times these scriptures, because it's an Eastern mind state, you know. The scriptures are Eastern mind state. America is a Western mind state, you know. Go choose not the way of the oppressor, choose none of his ways. And this place has been turned into, you know, the evil and wickedness of this place has been turned into the norm, and it's basically massaged this way up and seduced our people by influencing, by you know, social media, by starism with them celebrities and shit, you know, leading our people into a rabbit hole. So, you know, a lot of things that our people have been accustomed to, American custom, they don't know that over there and on the Eastern world, just like we say, for instance, some words and all that, you say that on the Eastern world, it's quite normal, you know. Even a little bit of this cussing, so-called cussing we do, you know, it's normal over there. Not no rude stuff, but it's more like that's just what it is. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. And it reads, envy thou not the oppressor.
Yeah, envy means to basically give me a word, desire a position of, or
it's like I said in the law, like covet not a man's property. So don't be mad to see that they have their wealth, their riches, and don't want to be like them. You don't want to, you know.
Yeah. This thing is like the education system, you know. Our people feel entitled because they got a so-called higher education because of this certificate or something. A lot of our women think that, you know, nurses, paralegal, doctor, and all that, and they got to be written on paper, form of paper, and all that, and they got to be graded by them, you know. This knowledge and wisdom and understanding that we have by the Holy Spirit, they pretty much denounce and, you know, put to the side like we don't have any knowledge. Man. Go ahead.
And choose none of his ways.
Choose none of his ways. You know, and I know it's talking about his, but that's the enemy, the so-called white man. But he has this America as his basically cash cow and an operation, you know, to function as his economic power head, you know, along with the extension of the beast. This is the harlot that rides up on the beast, man. So we're living in an economic world to where even the politics are driven by money and wealth. Just like Trump, he started off as an intern, whatever, and he got his power of his father. He was a billionaire, whatever. You know, he had that bracket of being rich, you know, and our people strive to be like that because that's the only power that America shows and displays as power. It is a power, because you could do a lot of stuff with it. But when it comes to Jake, they marginalize Jake and you know, tax Jake and steal property from Jake. They arrest Jake for, you know, if he got too much money. And then if you are a millionaire, billionaire, they put you in their own bracket that they have for you. So you have people like Oprah and Dr. Dre. They might be considered as millionaires. Really worth $1 billion, you know. That's what the elite has labeled them as. But you know, they still got to do shows. They still got to do appearances, and you know, still got to market for the elites, and so to speak, their own campaign for the elites and all that. They still slaves, man. So we're not choosing the ways of America, which is the rabbit hole is going to lead down to the MOTB, man. That's where it's leading. You know. What it also says, it says, depart from her. It's not your rest. Yeah.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. And it reads, arise ye and depart.
Yeah, basically talking about the elect, talking about the children of the Most High. Rise and depart. And we do that in the spiritual and mental stage, you know, of our presence. But basically it's going to be leading into getting out of here in the chariots, actually separating us from this place, man. Because Babylon is set to be destroyed. Go ahead.
For this is not your rest.
This is not your rest. And that's why we make videos every day. That's why we come out in the highways and byways. Brothers come out, B-times and all that. And they make videos more and more because we're dwindling down to the end, very end. You know, and we're putting in our work of this ministry to be accounted to be acceptable in the Most High's eyes at the appearance of his son. See, they waiting for him too. That's why they got missiles ready and all that. I mean, defense system, technocracy, because they're going to try to fight the very son of God. Meanwhile, we're getting exercise in the spirit and you know, mentally, spiritually, you know, trying to eat better to the best of our ability. We denounced the church and what do you call it, the politics and the education of this place, you know, which is driven by witchcraft and all that. Because all those, like we said, we were going over the number system in this place, all numerics that's connected with it, witchcraft and all that, you know. Go ahead. And this is not our rest. Go ahead.
It shall destroy you.
How is it going to destroy you? It destroys us mentally. If you're hooked and wired to this American system, it destroys you. It drains you too. That witchcraft drains you. You got to work 9 to 5. Now people working 10 to 12 hours. You know, pretty much there ain't going to be no rest. You know, for any a time, man. They trying to pull you more into their world and away from Yahweh Yahushai. Go ahead.
Even with a sword destruction.
A sword destruction all the way to the missiles come, man. Destroyed all the way to the missiles come. So it's like when we talk to our people and we express our people in the Eastern state of mind, they just get boggled by it or they get troubled by it. You know? We tell our women that we can have more than one. That's cheap. That's you know, I'm tired of playing games. So that's the Eastern world right there, man. You know, all the greats and the greats that had, you know, a heart after the Most High, like King David, he had many wives. Solomon had many wives and concubines too. You know, Jacob, you know, Abraham, you know, and dealt with women hard if they got out of line, man. Like example of Michal, you know. And then Job cussed his wife out, right? He said, you not talk as the foolish wife, man. That was a harsh word back then. Now it's like fool. Yeah, I'm a fool, you know. Jake called himself a fool. Back then, he wouldn't want to be called a fool, man. That means you out of loop. You're done. You shouldn't exist. You know what did it say? A foolish man, something like that. It says a lot about the foolish. So a lot of stuff that was meaning what it meant in the old days it's been watered down and kind of like taken out of loop in America. It was a reproach for a woman not to have children, right? Today it's like, I'm glad I don't have no children. The woman says that, throw a baby in the trash can, abort a child after child, and think nothing of it. But that would have been a reproach, man. But the Most High is going back to those days because now women want families, right? They them celebrity women, they want to get married now and shit. They want to show their children off to the world,
We're seeing a gradual
shift.
Reset.
Yeah, shift, reset, yeah.
And that's beautiful that you said, because it really, when you really look at it with spiritual lenses, we can see that, man. We see it actually, things are shifting out here, man. Back to, the Eastern way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And what does it say? Folly is set in great dignity over here in America. People are tired of the folly now because they being tricked themselves. Jake is tired of fake ass women, plastic surgery, because he's like, and he's seeing the opposition of that. Like he's seeing videos that, women are making, and like, we need to get back to our natural weight. We need to get back to polygamy and all that. And Jake like, damn, that's not sound so bad. Shit. But Jake had to get it the right way. But we're not tied to, desiring polygamy or searching for many wives on this side right now. Like Apostle Elder Bishop, that'll come. Says, follow me, and the Most High, and everything should be added into you. So we believe in the Most High's way, even though it seemed like a slow process. But we getting it. We drinking from the water fountain. You know what I'm saying? And we already there. If Jake is trying to be like, I don't know if I should taste this, man, because y'all trying to poison me, trying to tell me, I can't, if I get married, that I'm gonna have trouble with my wife and shit because I'm in the truth. Y'all gonna tell me that I might lose my children, my house, and all that. Hey, that was always the case. It just now is, it's more in your face now. It's more like, because when you tell your family the truth or anybody the truth, they're gonna look at you sideways, of course, man. Because they used to this American way. They like, I don't know. Every day every time the Thanksgiving come around, the whole family get together. That's how we do it. Meanwhile, you got drunk uncles and people getting fighting and people getting shot and shit. Yeah, like that's so much better than what we doing. Shit. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 15. The rod and reproof give wisdom.
Yeah, the rod and reproof, and that's spiritual too, because correction and we grown men, and we don't really. You might discipline your children a different way according to these times. It might not be wise to whip them like back in the days and shit, because all these laws and all that. But the reproof is this book, the instruction in this book, because what it say, it should be for sound doctrine, reproof, and instructions, man. And a lot of our people don't like that. They want to live the American way to where, what it say, do as thou will. That's actually the spirit of America.
They're not really trying to correct people when they throw them in jail or throw them in prison. Nah. They don't have a system to actually have those people coming back to be righteous. They just say, you got enough money to have a good lawyer, you get away with damn near anything. That's what they do. They don't really try to, they're not this American way. They ain't trying to build you up in righteousness.
But what's the real American way? Rape, robbery, murder, witchcraft. That's what they did when they came over here, man. Set all they bullshit up. Slaughtered our people. Try to tend to slaughter the prophets they did back then, right? All the way back, man. The Greek Empire, man, they was slaughtering that. You know, Roman Empire. You know, that's the American way. American way is the bomb. You know, take the resources from that land and control it, like they did over there. That time they invaded Kuwait and all that. You know, they was trying to act like they was liberating them, but they was really there for the oil and shit, other resources. You know, really, America is really the new Europe. You know what I'm saying? It's really without no resources, man. Yep. That's why they always over there in the eastern world.
Trying to take everybody else.
Yeah. You know, go ahead.
But a child left to himself.
Child left to himself, like without no instruction of this book. We're not talking about that so-called supervision shit in American ghettos. We're not talking about that. Your mother I was there because she was just president. Shit. We're talking about cultivation, teaching. We're talking about making sure the child got a developing a strong mind to fight against demons and shit, fight against oppression. We're talking about teaching them jujitsu so they can whip a motherfucker's a pedophile's ass if they try to touch them and shit. You know? Somebody trying to kidnap them and shit. Kidnap be like, that's too much for me. I won't feel. Child kicked me in the nuts and kicked me in the face, and I felt probably give up kidnapping. I'm tired of this shit. Go ahead.
Bringeth his mother to shame.
He bringeth his mother to shame. Now that used to be. Now the mother's like that, right? It says it's going to be a proverb that the daughter is going to be like the mother. You know, they both at the club. They both shaking their ass and shit. You know what I'm saying? They both. Nobody's. What did it say? The older young women to guide the younger women. It ain't there no more.
Mm-hmm.
So you know the truth is being disregarded, and the true culture is being taken out of Israel. You know, the true customs. Now it's the customs of these heathens, which Jake think that's the true customs. Like we always did it that way. You didn't always do it that way. If you go back far enough, you know, we did it. We didn't cut the tree out of the forest and deck it. I mean, we did back then, but we was going off, and we knew we was going off. You know, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Verse 16: when the wicked are multiplied,
Go ahead.
Transgression increases.
Transgression increases. Man. So that's because what it say too. They encourage themselves in the evil matter, man. They encourage others to do evil. They say shit, you know, and that trickles down to Jake too. But Jake might get high and be like, man, shit, I ain't gonna come unless you come, man. Like, this is the party, man. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Walking there looking fresh and all that, you know, shaking gold chains and like, yeah, we the you know, you got a hip hop group and shit. Remember, it was all about grouping back then because they was fighting a bigger beast, a bigger oppression going into something that they didn't know, contracts and stuff. So they felt better with, like, yeah, that's a group, we're a group. But then Esau broke all that shit out, up. Now, you know, niggas wasn't really wearing dresses back then as they were when the 90s came in and year 2000. Because they broke Jake up and started, you know, heavily influenced him in corners and shit. Where Jake be like, oh, you need us, and you could do better without your group. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do with the Israelites today. You could do better without your brothers and shit. You know? Go ahead.
But the righteous shall see their fall.
The righteous shall see their fall, man. You know, we're going to see their fall. And really, you know, this place is exercised subliminally too, because you're not going to see things like we see them. You know, but the Most High deal with certain men to give that vision to. We was known as also the Valley of Vision. The vision of how you say it, the Valley of Visions, like the Valley of Decisions over there in the so-called Middle East. Israel was the Valley of Vision because we had prophets, seers. We saw things. We reported. We had testimonies about what we saw. We wrote it down. We had scribes and all that. So now it's like they see something, they just turn the eye. Like, I mean, you got a sodomite nephew. Yeah, I didn't see that. You gotta correct that. Gotta get together, whole council, and like, yeah, he's acting funny, man. We need to get him out of here. You know, you can't just let your nephew leap as a gazelle around the house and shit. That's that Edomite shit. You know, you have your children just running rapid, breaking shit, getting into the peanut butter and jelly and shit, just running rapid and shit. A big ass dog jump, breaking your fucking glass table. They be like, oh, look at Fido, you know, laugh about it. Hey, you going? Hey, black family, you getting your ass whipped. That dog is getting his ass whipped. My sister, she whipped this dog, so she was a pit bull too. She whipped his ass. I was like, damn, felt sorry for the dog. You know, pit bull have a damn heart, you know. Like, but when they cry, they sound just like anybody. They sound like the poodle and shit. So we're in the land of our enemies. Go ahead.
Verse 17, correct thy son.
Yeah, because like we said, there's no correction here. Nobody gonna tell you, hey, you don't need to. You don't do that. Being a sodomite is the devil. That's the devil shit. Being adultery is devil shit. Hey, don't desire another man's woman, man. That shit is going up. Jake encouraged that shit. Oh, you gonna try to get him in? Yeah, he ain't nobody. He's a simp, man. Or he got just because he got lower pay than you. You know, you look down at him like, this nigga. You know, or his wife is real fine. This nigga don't deserve her, man. Jake is wicked as hell, man. That's why Most High had none but missiles. We call it missile food. Shalom to the brothers, few sisters on the comment, the brothers and the few sisters on the comment. Boy, Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shai Bashim Kagadash Pakatham. Go ahead.
Correct thy son.
Correct thy son. So we getting corrected. We're in a state of correction. That's why a lot of stuff happens to us. You know, we're not safe, you know, as they are. We're not, you know, we're in a cursed state. So you might do the same thing as Anita might, but he gets off and you don't. Them damn curses, man. You be like, damn. And you think it's a black and white thing, but it's really a Edomite and Jake thing. Because I ain't never seen Obama get arrested, and I think they had a few couple cases against him. You know, if you high into politics, all them politicians and all that were Jakes, I ain't never seen them go to jail. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't even think Marion went to jail and shit. He's on crack, doing crack in one of them places. So-called mayor. Go ahead.
And he shall give thee rest.
He shall give thee rest. You know? So that's why that all of a sudden it seems crazy because they took the correction out of the house. They took the father out of the house. Now we come in with the Bible and they say, well, y'all teaching, y'all, I don't know. That don't seem right. Because that y'all don't know about the correction that really came from the Most High, man. Mm-hmm. He was really whooping your ass with this with the burdens of you going off, the affliction of as a result of you going off. He said what he's saying. I'm gonna send your enemies against you for bond men and bond women. And then now they have opened the door to a lot of this festivities. Everything's a barbecue. Now Jake wants to join the club. Shit. The rap game, they opened up that door. It was all kind of conscious rappers. Now they just want to party and have fun. Bullshit. Drink champagne. Every time you see the celebrity, they be like, yeah, man, we just did a show, man. We just gonna pop some bottles. You know that Khaled, that Khaled spirit. Even though he's a Jake, that Khaled spirit, man. You know, dripping chains and all that. you know, in and out of hotels. That's a watered down version of the kingdom, though, because the kingdom is going to be unexplainable, man. They think they living it up. Watch what we living up. It's going to be night and day, man. Go ahead.
Yea, he shall give the light unto thy soul.
Yeah, he give the light to the soul. That's it on that. But we're saying that, you know, once you go the American way, you pretty much going against the grain. It's going to be hard. You know, what did it say in Apocrypha? It says go to that scripture where it says the righteous man, the upright man, is pretty much against our ways. You know, that's the upright man. That's not the average Jake, because average Jake want to do wicked. They don't want the correction of the Most High. You know, they be like, I'm a grown man, I correct myself. You don't really know what you're doing to go off, man. Jake don't know the laws. You know, he don't have sound mind to please the Most High. What did it say? Without faith, it's possible to please. They don't have faith. You know?
He said, not all men have faith.
Yeah.
He said the upright man is against our ways.
Yeah. What did he say? I think it said something like a faithless generation.
Oh, that's what
you know? No. His ways are, he's against the transgression of our education. So it's in the pocket, Wisdom of Solomon, I think.
Okay.
Because, you know, this place was built and for them. This place was built in the state of their minds, not ours. We didn't ever say, we didn't ever sit at the table along with them, you know, and say, okay, well, it'd be good for us to have this. And they say, well, yeah, we'll give you that, you know. We'll give you a portion of the land. Each land, even city, every city you go in, there's a place for y'all, you know. No, it's ghettos all across America, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Where does it start?
We can go back a little bit.
Go back. Yeah, we can start right there.
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor.
Who is the us? The elites, the people that got the banking family, the people that got. It's a whole construction behind the curtains of this place, man. Our people don't even know about. They think it's like an everyday, just a normal day. No, these elites every day. They say, you know, they sleep not unless they done mischief. They at the counters. They do summits. They do meetings. They at the board. They got monitors up saying, okay, well, these Negroes are over here. Seem like they kind of taking over the city right here. They eating better. You know, they thinking better. They plotting. Let's go ahead and break that up right there. You know, that was happening with Atlanta, but Atlanta became what? One of the cities known for sodomy and shit. Who you think implemented that stuff in there?
And just like you go into all the time, Saquon, about the Roaring 20s, there was a lot of places that Jake was doing good. They tore all that stuff down and put projects in there.
Yeah. That's why it's called a project. It's really literally called a project.
You know?
And I think Elder Malcolm said this. He said, or one of the brothers in the camp, Chicago camp, he said they designed the projects after after an idea, you know, of a project that they had come to mind to put a rat cage on top of another rat cage, and you'll see that the rats will start to devour the rats above them, you know, and that's how the projects is built. Like, you know, over 13 stories, 15 stories, you know, and you ain't gonna get along with, you know, with everybody that comes through the doors and shit, because y'all on a different path and shit. One does drugs, the other doesn't. One try to go to church, the other one like fuck church. You know? One try to be a hustler and a pimp, the other try to be a gangster. You know? But shit, in this industry, they all come together, right? Because it's a damn facade of Jake trying to show himself as powerful and shit. But when the elites come in, they break all that shit up, just like they did with Murder Inc., just like they did with Death Row, just like they did with that P. Diddy shit, Bad Boys. Jake thought he had his own record company, own record label and shit doing well. They broke all that shit up.
Yeah, but when you have stuff that's more deeper into knowing how they set this stuff up, like you got particular gangs like the Aryan Brotherhood. They ain't never been torn down.
Yeah.
You know, this stuff goes deeper than just what we see at face value, man. Yeah. You know, that stuff is strategically placed here for chaos to be in the earth, man. That's why you got these new guys. You talking about these new young Jakes coming out having 18, 19 kills, man, killing 18, 19 people before they get locked up, before they die, man. And they beat all them cases.
Yeah, like I told you, with the gangsters, they got a factory of drugs. You telling me they didn't see that shit?
Yeah. It'd be more cold cases than getting solved, man.
Yeah.
And them
drug dealers work with the government and shit. Yeah. But like you said, what you just mentioned about
the gangs?
Yeah, before that, I think we were talking about how they I forget, it'll come back to me.
Okay.
You know. But yeah, even when we were talking about it too, they got different streets. You know, you down the street, you claim something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or a block over. And they say, well, you know, you got to go to the store. That's the only way that you can go to the store. It crosses that block. You'd be like, damn, I got to cross these, you know. And then it's kind of like family oriented at the same time, where your whole family is Crips, you know. So it's like, damn, now I got to protect the Crip sect of my family's in there. Half of my family's Crips. That's design, man. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
Let us oppress him, man. I said, envy not the oppressor, choose none of his ways. Let us oppress him. Who's the oppressor? You know? And the Most High is going to take the power away from the oppressor, because it says, how has that golden city ceased? How has the oppressor ceased? You know? He's going to, the so-called white man is the oppressor.
Like we said, they don't ever say nothing about their gangs and stuff, man. And they really do that, man.
Well, Jake is the face of gangster problem. You know, he's the face of the gangsters. But it's really them hi-hat, you know, small hats, which are the hi-hats too. Yep. And it's called organized crime, organized gangsterism. You know, that's why they build those establishments like that, to where you got a movie called Scarface, or that was Scarface, right? He had a whole palace full of drugs and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't play, man. They highly strategically.
The Mexican cartels, like it.
Mm-hmm.
Mexican cartel.
They started. I seen a documentary yesterday. They was working with the Aryan Brotherhood, and the Aryan Brotherhood was beefing with these other Edomites. And then you had the Issachar, you know, the so-called Mexicans. They was beefing with, you know, some other different sect of Issacharites, and they would split them up in the prison.
Yeah.
But they started making it to where the Aryan Brotherhood got with them, and when they switched them, they would have each enemies in the yard. So then they would take hits for each other.
Yeah,
you know, that's how they got it set up, man. They got it where somebody else would call the hit, be a whole nother gang come get your ass.
That's why it says the love of money is the root to all evil. Once you have that money, you can just pay people off.
Hey man, this stuff is scary, man.
You could pay a gang to be associated with you because you got money.
That's what Drake did.
Yeah.
You know, that's how he made his whole label. He just bought a whole bunch of gangsters that was really killing people in Toronto, man.
Yeah.
So when they heard Drake, you know, doing these songs talking about, you know, he got hitters, he really had hitters, man, because he got money.
Yeah.
And these people in the slums, they poor, man.
That's what Diddy did
that
too.
bread, man.
That's what Diddy did with that rap battle shit. Niggas from the hood, you know.
And they'll do anything, man. You got people trying to get put a hit out on somebody, and they can't find them. They'll kill their son or their mama, man, to get back at that person. Yep. That's how they doing it.
And they'll send somebody to do it.
Yep. There ain't no game out here, man.
And that's true. All that the Goodfellas and all that. Those are true movies.
Like I said, you don't want to get to know too many people, man.
Yep. Go ahead.
Be affiliated with somebody and get you killed, man. Let us not spare the widow.
Yep.
Nor reverence.
That's the very opposite of what the Most High said about the widow. He said, go visit the fatherless and the widow. You know? And Israel is a widow as a whole right now, because her husband is not real. He's present in the word, you know? But, you know, our land and all that, and our culture is broken apart, and, you know.
Been deprived of everything.
Yeah.
You know,
and
lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Everything that we had.
Teachers, instructors, medicine, physicians. We had all that, man. You had, among the Native Americans, you had something called the medicine men. They took that away. And then, you know what they're going to say? If you mention medicine, they say it's, what do they say? It's misinformation, medical misinformation. Or they might say you're actually trying to do witchcraft, because it is, it does go back to pharmacia, the medicine that they produce goes back to witches.
That's what they don't want, man. They don't want that industry to fail. That industry is built to oppress the poor.
Yeah,
that's what it's for. They don't cure your symptoms. They just want to sedate it for a long time until you need a stronger drug to sedate the drug they put you on.
It's just like the money. That pyramid and all that. You get to a certain point, be a millionaire, you gotta be a billionaire. You get to a certain billionaire, shit, you gotta basically take the chip. I ain't heard about no black trillionaire. Next thing you know, you gotta take the skill.
We're not saying that like this, everything that if you really need some medical help, you need something like surgery or something, they got the tools to do it, man. They got the tools to do that kind of stuff, but at the same time, if you ain't got no money, man, they ain't gonna really take care of you. Yeah, they only take care of the rich.
But like we said, going back to the ancient type of ways, they got what's called home remedies that we used to be able to, be skilled in the bio to where we'll pop that. So we got to know exactly how to pop it back, just like they got what they call chiropractors, whatever. They can just pop your bone back into place. Well, we used to do that. That's why they did the angel that wrestled with Jacob. His joint was out of place, and then he put it back into place. They was doing jujitsu out there, man. So it's old remedies that you know how to stretch, or ways you can stretch to get that inside of your lower back or whatever. And you can restructure your body and shit. You can
but they don't teach us.
They don't teach us none of that. So by the time we find out, we all fucked up. Mm-hmm. That's how they want it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age.
They don't honor the apostles, the elders. Of the old age, the gray hair. They see a gray hair guy that with the young women. He's creepy. The goon, like he's just walking around hunchback like this. That's how they look at gray hair men. What did King David? He was like, what, 70 years old or whatever? According to the Google, he was 70 years old. They brought him a 12-year-old virgin, 12-year-old maiden and shit, man. She didn't call it wasn't, he was a king. She didn't care. When you're a king, they don't care. They don't care if you got gray hair. They love you because of your power and because of your position. Like I said, you can go around looking like Shabaka, a woman to marry your ass, a fine ass woman to marry your ass because you a king. It ain't according to looks for them, it's according to your pockets, man. They trying to pretty himself up and shit, growing dreads and shit. Want to be extra pretty and shit. They don't care about that shit.
Get all your edge up and stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff is effeminate, man.
Yeah.
It's soft.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to look like pretty men.
Yeah. They came out with the androgynistic demon with Prince and Michael Jackson and Little Richard and all them, feminine, putting on makeup and shit. But they had many women and shit. So they be like, this is what you got to do to get these women. You got to have a personality about yourself. You got to have money. You got to have a hit record. You have to have, you have to have a little bit of feminine so you can relate to them.
Yeah.
Like what they say, get in touch with your feminine side, man.
Yeah, man.
That's all Americanized bullshit, man.
And that's why I said that in that day. Oh, well, go ahead. No, yeah, I wouldn't say that. Like, okay, well, like what I was saying, like, it seems like it's not effeminate to them now, but when America turns into a battlefield, these people gonna be helpless out here, man. These edge ups and shit, they gonna be scared as fuck, man. They ain't gonna be tough guys no more. They ain't gonna be rapping on I'm the shit.
You see,
we doing that shit.
You talking about, ain't nothing wrong with keeping your body tight and working out. Having muscles, you ain't. long as you ain't glorifying it, you know. So we're gonna get new bodies up and pretty soon.
I was mainly going with the matchups and
But I mentioned that because they always had that cartoon Pinky and the Brain. They had the muscle dude dumb and shit.
Yeah.
And Pinky and the Brain, he's the one that's putting this shit together and shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to, down brothers that, work out. But that's how it usually is, like they get a Shaq dude and he's up there. You know how they talk Shaq when
Yeah.
But we really intelligent men, man. But they put that picture and that stigma and they paint that picture so Jake won't respect levels of intelligence, man.
Yeah.
You know? Because like you
I said, but if you ain't got no wisdom, it don't matter, man.
You have to have a Malcolm X look following or something. Go ahead.
Verse 11, let our strength be the law of justice.
Let our strength be the law of justice. Because what is their strength? Well, part of their strength is an economic power system. And the other part is the military, That's the beast, right? And the lies that they tell, like we got a great country, a great nation. So people feel, because what it say, well to them that put their hope in Egypt and believe in the strength of Egypt, but their horses are many, their military and all that. So people think this is a great land, even though they'll bypass all the slaughtering they did, all the murdering and all the butt boy faggot ass shit they did, and say this is a great country. I want to fight for it. Even though they go over there and steal oil and shit, putting their nose in business that they should be in. America's being a busybody and shit. But the apostle always says she's being a naughty bitch, basically. She's being naughty. And they don't care about that. They love being naughty, do beaches and shit. Go out there and piss on everybody and shit. If you go to one of them rock concerts, they'll piss on your ass if you're close enough to on stage. That's how they get down. Masturbating in the stage in front of everybody, like, like what the fuck is going on, man?
Just like Saquon said, like that's how they do that. Like, they'll send you something to leave somewhere, and if you don't, they're gonna pull up by force, man. They're gonna use that strength as the law. They're gonna say, well, since we can take you over, this is what the law is.
Yeah, they can change the law, make a law, that for example, free speech. They read that, then that's where, they no longer be able to come out.
They make laws to contradict other laws. Yeah. In the truth, there is no law that contradicts another law, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't tell the truth. Because they'll come against you and be like, well, what was you saying? That you the true Jews? Yeah. And then they'll blackball you. So it ain't no freedom of speech, really.
Yeah, they asked Fauci as they said, you are promised to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Then he pleaded the fifth and said, I ain't saying shit.
Yeah.
That's how they laws is, man.
And they don't even say, give you a choice when you go to court. Do you want to follow like the principles of the court, or do you want to follow your Bible? Right. I'll choose the Bible. And then even though they might make you try to lose every time and shit, but you'll be, what it say, the Most High give you a mouth where your enemies can't gainsay, man. Yep. They be looking stupid as hell. Like, damn.
Yep. We would have been in there
judging them. Thought about that, yeah.
We would have been in there judging them. They would have took the robe off and walked out the courthouse.
Yeah. Because the American way, somebody can murder somebody, but if he got enough money, he can get off.
He can get off, man. He can get off.
And they'll fix it up. They'll package it pretty. And all they have to say is, look, he had psychological problems, He didn't mean to really do that shit. That's all they got to say. He blacked out for 5 minutes. Let you be like that. They be like, nah, this nigga knew what he was doing. Premeditated. Lock him up. Go ahead. And so how are they going to come out with something like Minority Report where they're able to read your mind through a chip, Neuralink, whatever, and try to arrest you before you even do the crime? All you have to say is like, shit, I blacked out of the chip. I didn't know I was doing. You know, remember that that movie we watched? We mentioned it before. Good movie. He had to prove his innocence.
Oh yeah, Mercy.
Mercy.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had to prove it to an AI, man.
He had to prove it to an AI, and he had to go through every specific detail, man. But when you're on the in front of the jury, you know, Jake is nervous. You know, he probably mentioned some shit that he did that they try to put with the case, and they don't got nothing to do with the case. He's like, yeah, I did drugs before my life. That was back then. Well, let's put that with the case. Like, that was back then, man. Shit. Everybody make mistakes. That's why these devils are going to die, because Most High forgave Israel. He said, come as you are. And shit. Yeah, you all fucked up. Yeah. Esau be like, nah, you once a offender, you always offender.
Yeah. So Esau, it's the same thing. He gonna say, oh, well, you know, I made laws to protect the poor now. I stopped doing the rape and pillaging in the land. Well, no, it's still gonna be held against you in court, man. Yeah. Because that once you a murderer, you always a murderer, right?
Yeah, right. You throwing it back, Most High throwing it back in your face. And Most High said he put his he required the choir of the past, man. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was my past, man. Yeah, put that on the line now too. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, put that on the grill. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find all kind of meats to put on the grill. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Is that movie that Mercy? That's with Michael B. Jordan, right?
No. It's another dude. I can't remember his name right now. But no, it's a dude. He get put in his chair, and then he got to basically prove his innocence in 24 hours, or the chair basically gonna kill him. Like they gonna reject something, he gonna die. And he was the one who made the program.
So, you know, I think it was a time where he blacked out, or he didn't remember. So it was like giving him a chance to kind of recollect and go back to as far as he can remember.
Yeah.
So he had to go different places. Like, damn, okay, who visited me that time? You know how Esau do. Mm-hmm. You know, he got cameras everywhere though. He went into the store. He bought some bleach, and he bought a rope, and he bought some fire. Yeah, linked that to the crime. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. But we're in spiritual times now. So we're going to get you for spiritual, not only spiritual crime, but you already did the physical part, like you said. Now you spiritually committing wickedness and shit. Mm-hmm. Spiritual wickedness in high places, man. And Most High going to put, they're going to say, how can you put a ghost on trial? You know, how can you put a spirit on trial? Most High going to put you, he going to steer that spirit out of you that you once were. Yeah, that's the guy. That's Esau. He acting like, you know, how you get roused up. Nigger. Yeah, that's what we want. That's Esau. So, yeah, you just proving who you are, man. Go ahead.
But that which is evil is found to be nothing worse.
Because according to them, that dude ain't no around no more. The dude that used to hang and call you a nigger. Yeah, we just witnessed it like a couple of weeks ago. Somebody passed by and called us a nigger and shit. Yeah. So that spirit is still here.
Still here, man.
And that was a little dude, that was a teen or whatever, not a teen, but he was a young man.
Yep.
So imagine what the old men are thinking. Yeah, get the fucking Israelites out of here. Hang them, nigger. But when they see you in person, they shake hands like, how you doing?
Yeah, you know.
Because they all old and frail and shit.
You know, behind your back, they don't like us, man.
Yep. They're the ones that's, the Rothschilds, they're the ones that's making the plans to do this shit.
Shake hand and write a petition against you to get you locked up.
Yeah. How old was one of them, Evelyn or David Rothschild, when they tried to give him heart transplant? He was old, so you know he was doing wickedness all the way to his old age. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous.
That's what they do. They lay in wait for the righteous, man. But they just put that stigma on us like we ain't the righteous. They came from ghettos and came from, you know what I'm saying, killing each other. That's their neighborhood. Most High said he ain't looking at it. He winking at that. What about you, Esau? You know? Yeah, my son, you know, because you'll protect your son. Yeah, my son, he went up to the school and he cussed the teacher out. He was wrong for that. But what about you, fucking teacher? You know, teaching my son setting a drag queen up in school and calling and trying to teach my son how to accept that they're drag queens and shit, man. Or how to communicate with drag queens. What about you, teacher? lot of faggot ass teachers that was trying to teach Jake and during that time Jake growing up, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Because he is not for our turn.
Yeah, we're not for his turn. His turn is basically America. You know, he rules. You know, they still exercise kingship, so to speak, over there in England and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is his key place where he gets to exercise debauchery and bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
America's that wild woman, like, yeah, riding on the fucking bull and shit. When the bull is trying to get off her back, like, get the fuck off me and shit. You know? Jake is that young bull, like, get the fuck off me. But she tames Jake. You know, like we said, steer the bull. They turn you into steerers now. You put that, castrate you and steer you like they did Michael Jordan and shit. You know? You can tell Michael Jordan was the type that look at Edomites like, what the fuck is this? But then they be like, well, we offer you a contract, we pay you this much money, we'll take care of your family and all that, give you a state, you'll have the Michael Jordan, and we got a shoe offering for you. I mean, we got a offering, you know, for you with yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so they steered Michael Jordan into that rabbit hole. Now he became a slave. You know, and where he come from, the Chicago, the ghettos. So now they paint that picture like Jordan made it, you can make it too. But they didn't tell you what Jordan did to make it.
Mm-hmm.
They left that part out. Go ahead.
And he is clean.
And Jake be like, hell no, I ain't doing it.
Sure.
Go ahead.
And he is clean contrary to our doings.
Yeah, and we are. Because we worship the Most High. We're clean, what does it say? Clean by this word. You know? But they, when we look at them, it's going to say too. But contrary to their doings, because they're doing is filth, man. This America is filth. She didn't get, they call, what's her name? Ronald Reagan's wife, the Miss Reagan and shit. Yeah, she gave, I forget what they called her, but the head princess or something like that, she would go under the table and give all the congressmen head, man. You know? What did it say? A horse, she wiped the mouth that she done no evil. Come back up from the table and now she's doing a speech. Here's Ronald Reagan's wife, and yeah, Clinton's wife probably did the same damn thing. She wasn't mad at Monica Lewinsky. You know? She was probably having sex with her damn self. You know? But they play dirty when you connected with politics like they did John F. Kennedy. And that's all that red carpet shit, man. Why they connected with the red carpet like that? All of them are actors and shit. Ronald Reagan and shit. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger and shit. They all come from that thread, man.
Even Trump.
Even Trump.
He was on the Fresh Prince.
Yeah, man. He was on the Fresh Prince and all these other shows. Bobby Brown videos and all that. Hanging out with him. Yeah. Hanging out with him and shit. And then you be like, man, the president, he's on his he's on his cue with it. Man, he got us going in the right direction, make America great again.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He upbraideth us with our offending the law.
Yeah, because they offend us, man. You know? You be like, hey man, you know, the Most High said, they be like, yeah, get out of here. What? You know? What about pedophilia? So what? We arrest a couple of them. We're doing our job. Couple of them? You know? This whole place needs to be wiped out because of pedophilia, of pedophilia, the pedophiles. Yeah. They did. And then as soon as they try to go down the list of P. Diddy, everybody's black in there, you know, they go down, you know, and then you be like, damn, I know he knew some Edomites. He was connected with them.
He had to be with a couple of them.
Yeah.
All that damn money he got.
See, where's Justin Bieber's parents at? They just gave a little boy over to P. Diddy. You know, where the parents, like Eminem said, where were the parents at?
Yeah, right. And look where he at. He's still singing the national anthem at the damn people world championship, man. So these people are closely connected with this stuff, man, of wickedness, man. You can't be that high up and be put in that position, man, without being connected with those demons that they do, you know.
Well, we see the dots connected, right?
Yep.
Like
The NWA movie. Who was the problem? The real problem in there? Jerry Heller and shit.
Yep.
Meanwhile, they beefing with each other and shit as a group. And Jerry Heller said, "Oh, you see what he said about the Jews? Need to get them out of here." You know,
Same of that shit they ain't worried about.
yeah. Same thing happened with what was another case that involved a rat being Jerry Heller and man, who's the other dude? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's why I think that might be him. You know, but I think it was somebody else. But he's another one, Clyde Davis. You know. Go ahead, and it's always them, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
An objective to our infamy.
Now, even when they were beefing, who said that's when Ice Cube was with the Muslims, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You let a Jew break up my crew." But if he was learned, he should have said, "The fake Jew break up my crew." But somehow he was marginalized. He could have been marginalized because even the Muslims, going back to Khalid Muhammad, knew the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He learned from West.
Yep.
You know, so why ain't they learning? And then Farrakhan, when he made that speech, he said the true children are the children of Israel.
Yep.
He said he gonna have a black and a Latin millionaire man march and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They still looking at him like he's a leader of Muslim religion and shit.
Yep.
I would have said, wait, hold on. If they the children of Israel, why we keep teaching this Muslim stuff? Malcolm X himself said that too. Said the children of Israel, he said Jesus. So he went back to the Bible, right? He didn't open up the Quran in the movie Malcolm X. He opened up the Bible and said, and I quote, that the Son of God, he said Jesus was a so-called black man. You know? But that went over, hey, why are you in the Bible, Malcolm X? Go ahead.
An objective to our infamy, the transgressings of our education.
Yeah, because that education is bullshit. It transgressed the laws of the Most High, man. They're thinking like, oh, let's I was wondering, like in school, I was like, when I looked at algebra and trigonometry, I was like, what is this bullshit, man? You know, I ain't gonna never learn this shit or want to learn this shit. You're gonna tell me a very conversation I have with a person that's gonna imply that I have to use or suggest that I use trigonometry and geometry and all that bullshit. Then you have the smartest, one of the smartest people in the world, Mother Teresa. What do you got to say to her before she died? Well, be kind to one another. What the fuck? Where's all that knowledge and wisdom that you're supposed to be giving us and shit? You know? Go ahead.
This
Hey, Kanye West, the only thing he said is the Bush don't care about black people, and the whole world got out of pocket. Oh shit. You be like, damn, that's all I have to say to rouse people up. Bush don't care about black people. You know, use that everywhere you go. They go crazy. It's just key words that you can use that make people go crazy and shit.
Cut off the
with the camps, MOTB is a CL. They hate that. The white people is so Edomites. Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man. Fuck. You know, get them kind of like moving around. Like, go ahead.
I tell you, Jake, the works are gonna get burnt up.
Yeah.
So we can't be acting. You know, we can't be. We got to be contrary to these doings.
Yeah.
You'll
say that, and they'll be like, so what's the purpose? Well, the purpose is y'all gonna be dead over here, but we're gonna be taking over all the other lands over there. We're gonna come back down.
You know?
So it ain't finished over here. It's beginning over there. So, you know, all that over there. Go ahead.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness.
So they go by man's time. You know, you got a clock at your job. You got to watch on your. They be like, damn, man, you put in hours at work. Like, it's been a long ass time. You grow up and shit. You have fun. You drink and party and bullshit. Next thing you know, you're 50 years old and being like, man, I still ain't lived it up. And shit. And then you like, but the time is, it's heavy up on me. You know, that you've been partying and bullshit all that time. But Jake ain't really been partying like he wants to, because even in the industry, they got court still. You know, yeah. They still might go to the ghetto. There's still a chance that the record industry might drop them and shit. They got to do more performances and more of this and that. So they ain't really never really living it up. It's just a facade, man. Go ahead. But they still look at the time like, damn. Yeah. You know? Go ahead. The word. The word in the Bible. Nah, we the real Jews. Yeah.
So who the real Jews are? Inherited what covenant?
Inherited what covenant? What you mean?
Yeah, the real Jew, man. Inherited Abraham covenant.
All right. All right. Yep. We'll check it out. All right, man. All right. Fuck out of here, man. Anyway, go ahead.
But it's long suffering to us word.
That's all Jake want to do is get his mouth off. You know, he ain't thinking about teaching nobody, cultivating nothing. Go ahead.
Not willing that any should perish.
But he ain't said nothing to the enemy. Like, you know, like he is the devil. He causing all this bullshit upon our people. He mad at us. Go ahead.
Like you said, like, you know, Esau is like he taught our people not to respect the elderly, not to respect their elders.
Yep.
They talk to us like they talk to their elders like they equal.
Yep.
And that's the problem with this.
That's why missiles gonna rain upon their damn self.
Tell you, man. Yeah. Jack don't get it, man. You come on this game,
he wear all black, man. That's why he's a witch. Yeah.
All black on.
You know, and the spirit. You could tell the spirit was proud, man. You know, he like, what y'all doing over here? Like, you know, he just. It's like Esau pulling up on you while you're at work. Like, what you doing over here getting these boxes? You ain't doing it right.
You know what I'm
saying? Like,
but you know who raised them? The 2/3 black woman.
That's how that,
you know? She raised them booms and shit.
No respect.
You know what? I never trust like the elders.
Yeah.
Never trust the man that talks back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He didn't even let us answer.
Yeah.
He just said, he should have been open. He said, no, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Bye. But that's the spirit doing that. That ain't him.
That's why we say you gotta let the wicked. That's why the spirit say you gotta let the wicked be the wicked.
Man.
We ain't gonna just listen to us and you know we here to teach you, brother.
We ain't gonna pray for your ass either.
Cause he ain't gonna pray for us.
Let your ass die.
That's hatred right there, man.
You know,
that's why that's that same nigga shit in the ghetto, man.
Yep, good.
Kill your brother, you know.
Got nothing to say.
All you spirit Cain niggas is gonna die, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Yeah, that's why it's long suffering. That's why the Most High haven't sent His Son yet.
You know, that's talking about the elect, man. That's what's coming to repentance. That's just the elect, man. That ain't for you 2/3 niggas, man.
Yep. Yeah, we ain't praying or marching for Nolan Wells because he was probably a nigga just like that.
Yep.
Even though he went to college and shit, that ain't mean shit.
He didn't respect the rod and reproof of the word because he would have known that that's a goddamn devil who's supposed to go out there and party with the motherfucker. He would have known that. He was still where he know now. He in his right mind now. But you had the chance to get it right here. That's what we're here for, man. To get it right now, man. You know? Verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
And that's what Jake do. He get little pieces of information and knowledge. Yeah. Think they know some shit.
Crazy, man.
Like you ask them, hey, you know about Muslims? Yeah, man, I know about the Muslims. I got cousins that's Muslims. They ain't true Muslims, man. Muslim means submission to God. That's all it means. It don't mean that you know.
Shit, Kevin Gates is a Muslim.
It really,
What the fuck is this? He don't act like the Most High.
Yeah.
He on.
But it really goes back to us because we gave him that religion, man.
Yeah, man. People don't really love the Most High, man. They use that as a facade, basically to push their own image, to push their own what they deem as righteousness, man.
Yeah.
You know, and we know how the streets is. They know what the streets deem as righteousness. It's basically just cutthroat to get to the top. You know, that's what they look at as righteousness, man. They don't look at being in a lower state with your brethren as something that's honorable.
Yeah,
don't look at that as honor, man.
Same niggas that count that money like it's the jewel of the earth, like it's the savior of the earth. Go ahead.
That ain't for us, man. Nope. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
A great noise. Go ahead.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Fervent heat. Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Burned up. So missiles is going to hit this place, man. You know? And Jake think he's ready for it. But you got to take up something before that. So are you able to survive that?
So don't go to
you know? Oh, yeah, man. Fuck. I don't care if missiles come in this place. Most high, humble your ass. Throw you in jail. Have somebody torturing your ass for like 2 years straight.
You get a horrible car wreck, lose both your legs. Now you can't even run from the missile. Now you got to sit in and wait for them.
Yeah.
You're sitting in the wheelchair.
And then your homie, turn around, your homie's not even there. They running for me. Can't get you.
Yeah, because this is the place that doesn't care about the poor and the people, man. They don't care about them. You know, we need Yahweh Shai, man, because we don't have no protection here, man. They look at us as people. They don't look at us as accounted to nothing, man. So we need this. This is all we got to rely on, man.
That's why you gotta let them devils just go on by, because they want to debate, like, yeah, you know,
they hate thee that rebuke at the gate.
Yeah.
They ain't trying to listen to this, man. I sit on now.
Go back to that
okay. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 13. He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High.
And that, you know, that's another thing, like you said, that they don't honor the hoary head, you know, and these women don't either. You know, they talking about they love their fathers and all that. But they'll treat their man like shit. He's an expression of a man too. You know, but they'll label him because of, you know, he's making less than another man and shit. You know? Or you ain't that tall as the other, as they, you know, as this other dude.
Yeah, just like they got preference. Oh well, I don't like this shoe. Well, you know, in the spirit, you don't like Jake for a particular thing, but they ain't no petty shit, man. This is stuff that's actually plaguing the earth, man, with wickedness, man. We ain't just saying we don't like somebody because they ain't 6'5" or got $100,000, man.
That's vanity.
We not banning. We're not banning like that, man. We really saying there's something wrong with your ass, man. Yeah. If we saying it, you know,
that's vanity. Like what it said. Most High don't look on the outwardly of men, the outwardly appearance. And he even said in the scripture, said, "Don't you women don't adorn yourself outwardly." So they go against the scriptures, even though it's just plainly written, man. You know, it says, "Treat your elders as fathers," plainly written. You know, that's why, like, it's nothing but just, you know, Most High, he let the wickedness, you know, men are continually wicked. He brought the flood. Men are continually wicked here. He's gonna bring that fire, man. And you're gonna feel that fire, man. You're gonna feel that fire, man.
Yeah, you know, they talk about the hell doctrine, you know, about burning the hell. You know, it's gonna feel when the missiles drop over here, it's gonna feel like you burning for eternity. That's what a lot of Jakes don't understand. They think gonna be a quick, you know, death, quick. They're gonna be dissolved, and then that's that. Now the Lord, man, that's why he going to the King of Terrors, man, because Lord gonna keep that body, that spirit in that body.
Like that picture of Travis Scott we always use with his face burning away, but he's screaming the whole time, man. To the whole thing going.
It's gonna feel like you burning for eternity, man.
Wow, that shit gonna hurt, man.
Yeah, he know how to torment you with dreams alone.
Yep.
Job said he torment me with his, with dreams and visions, man. So he definitely know how to, come on, man. It said you shall meditate terrors too. Go ahead. And you have a gruesome man, a murderer. He done chopped up the body, ate some of the body. He didn't, put the body in jars and shit, some just crazy ass shit. That kind of mind is out there.
Yeah, man. There's gonna be some of these bunkers that those men break into. But you saw that and got a whole just counted just a whole bunch of jars with booties in them and everything. This motherfucker, something wrong with this dude, man. He got to go. There's something wrong with this motherfucker, man. He still gotta go, man. I swear, bro. What there's be a whole just different booty specimens in there. Like, what the fuck is this motherfucker do? Hey, they got BBLs out here, right? They got a whole thing just fake booties in there and just it's on the surface. What do you think underground? There's some shit out here,
they
man.
Got a goat house.
What's going on out here, boy?
Shit. The brothers showed it to where they like to fuck goats. They shave the ass of the goat and fuck the goat.
I swear, man. Hey, man, Jay. Hey, you can't. You cannot go the way of the American way, man.
Yeah, that's man. And see, he liked the American way because his spirit showed that. Because his spirit wouldn't have came against us, but he liked the American way, man.
That's not the way we want to go, man.
American way have your ass twisted, man. He got, it's grown ass men with muscles and shit. That's sodomites, man. It's booty bandits in jail and shit. Them motherfuckers talking gangster shit like motherfucking and want fresh meat coming through there, man. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? I'm praying the Most High get rid of all that shit.
You should not have a gangster sodomite out here, man. They got that stuff out here. Yeah. That stuff is in the industry. That stuff is terrible.
Like you said in Apocrypha, as the yep. Yeah. You got the Rothschild. Look, they going to say they breed with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They call it keep it in the family.
Yeah.
That's what they mean. Family matters. We have rules when it comes to our family. Now you can't do that. You can't have sex with it mentions that. You can't have intercourse with your sister, your mother, your fucking auntie and shit.
Yeah, can't do that.
It
didn't even say a man's maid. You're not supposed to do that, man. You have respect on that level.
Yeah, Reuben slept with his father's concubine, man.
They ain't supposed to do that, man.
They got put out of the first place. Go ahead.
And he calls
them supposed to uncover their nakedness, like the children of Lot. That's why they got cursed.
We say it every now, but Lot, that's Moab and them and the Chinese and the Japanese. That's why they got them squinted ass eyes, man.
Well, they not only that, they undeveloped. They ain't got no lips.
Yep.
No eyes and shit.
Because they was through
and
incest,
all the Japanese and the Moabite women, they don't got no ass.
And then the ones that you do got over there that do got ass, they probably Jake. Yeah, they Jake.
But all of them is like straight.
And all of them short too.
Yeah. And y'all talking about we all look alike, they all look alike. Go ahead.
How they catch motherfuckers in crimes over there. And he called himself the child of the Lord. Verse 14, he was made.
If we call ourselves the child of the Lord, we say sons of God. That's another word for you, Look at it. Let's see that plan. Get your freak on. That's a vibration that's put in this place. So it's a spell that's getting put on Jake. Get your freak on. That's the American way.
They got Jake riding to work the press listening to that bullshit. Yep. Ain't even really living like that. He's still bumping that shit.
Yep. Listening that shit and you're around, you're on that Molly or something or that ecstasy and shit. You don't know who you gonna fuck. Fuck around and fuck your damn dog and shit.
He's really.
Yeah, that's that.
Something wrong with it.
Because what it say about the Holy Spirit, you shall hear a voice behind you, you should follow it. So Esau know about them frequencies, whispering and shit. They got a whole song, a whispering song from the Yin Yang. I don't know if y'all heard it. That shit is annoying. I don't want to hear that shit. Another nigga whispering and shit. Unless he's telling me destruction on the wicked or on this place, you know, or something prophetic or spiritual. It just
like I said, like when we listening to this, the elites, how they talking about us, man? They know what we were going for. Verse 14,
you know, talking to you. You know, you gotta check that spirit out because Satan was mad because you came, man. It showed in that dude that just walked by. See, he was in all black. You know, Satan get mad when you unite with your brothers and dwell around your holy men, apostles and stuff. They hate the apostles like crazy. Anybody that come against the apostles, may a curse be put up on you, man. Against the apostles and elder bishops, may a fucking curses be put up on your ass.
The lock right on your motherfucking ass, man.
Yeah, man.
You know,
die a horrible death, man. Go ahead.
Verse 14, he was made to reprove our thoughts.
We was made to approve his thoughts. That's why I said prophesy against Mount Seir. Prophesy against the evildoers. Who shall stand up against the evildoers? You know, where's the scribe? Where's the disputer of this world, man? You know?
They don't give no mercy, man. We ain't like that over here, man. You know? We just want to see Jay get better, man. You know, but it is serious work that we're doing. So it's order to it, man. And it's got to be passion involved with it, man. You got to know that your life depends on this truth, man, and nothing else. Nothing else can come first, man. Yeah. Or you'll fall away, man, and you'll be living the American way, man. You're gonna pay like these people.
There's a ninja like that, he's gonna take the seat up.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You know? Because he in an American state of mind.
Yeah. Because you can't. It ain't up to you whether you take it or not, man. It's the spirit. Everything goes by the spirit, man. And you got to trust the spirit. If you don't trust the spirit, it's not going to nurture you. You know?
That's why I said, woe to them that put their trust in man. Put their trust in Egypt because, you know, like we mentioned earlier, they put their trust in it.
Isaiah 10 chapter said they should not no longer stay on them that spoke to them. You know?
This is what
you know, the time will come where, hey, it's gonna be that faith is gonna be perfected, man. You know, it's saying in the Apocrypha that the faith shall increase.
Yeah.
You know?
Because without it, it's impossible to please the Most High. But like you said, it's levels of it. You can, and if church people be like, I got faith, you know, you don't got faith. You ain't even been tested. Because they think it's the devil when you get tested. It's the Most High. Sit testing the Job like that. You know?
And you know, like it says, the wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time. They don't see a lot of people don't want to be tested.
Yeah.
What we read earlier in the Proverbs 29th chapter, it said the rod and reproof give it wisdom.
Yeah.
That's those experiences. That's how brothers, prophets, the men of the Lord grow in knowledge. Yeah. You know, we've been refined and fire.
Jake, you come to the king to be recruited. You don't come to the king to look good, man. We come because we're trying to get corrected. Don't, man, we prove. We're gonna die out here, man. This is why we come to the king, man.
And regroup ain't just like at your neck. Because the Most High have mercy. He was like, let me, you know, your father tell you, hey, just don't do that, son. And then you keep on doing it. What are you supposed to do? You know, smile at you and shit. He's gonna beat your ass. You know? So the Most High said, look, I set judgment. It's gonna be the missiles. So y'all prepare yourself and try to be exempt from that.
Yeah, man.
You know, go ahead. But the judgment is already set. Go ahead.
Verse 15, he is grievous unto us, even to behold.
Yeah, we grievous to hope because we don't go the American way, man. You know? Like, oh, y'all not for Trump or y'all not for the presidency. What do y'all vote on? Y'all not voting? You got the motor people talking about the mold bottles, talking about y'all should get out there and vote. That sounds like some slave shit, man. Because we know it never got us anywhere, man. The Constitution wasn't written for us. The Emancipation Proclamation wasn't written for us. The Civil Rights Movement wasn't made for us. You know? Go ahead. And whoever got put in the loop and duped in that situation, Martin Luther King, he probably, they probably lied to him. Like, yeah, we gonna. Then he's like, damn, I fell for it, man. I let the enemy get me. Next thing you know, he's like, y'all run into a burning house. My bad. And there's nothing you could do. Because the blaze has been set. Like you said, by the time you get up, the whole house is burning. It's like, there's no saving the house. It's just, you got to move. It's desolate. There's no fixing it up. You got to basically completely destroy it from the foundation, and then, you wouldn't even really want to build it anymore. Like America, it ain't going to be built here anymore, man. After it get destroyed, go ahead.
But his life is not like other men's.
Yeah, because we walk a different way in America, and that's why it's easy to become an outcast here. Even if they're not pulling the martial law card yet, we're still outcasts. But we can't talk about this truth at the job, to a regular person. They're gonna look at you like, what the hell?
You got some of them.
Yeah, go ahead.
I say you got some of them that are even asked, but they really don't want to know.
Yeah,
They don't really want to know this truth.
like that dude that just walked up, that demon, he knew what we was already about, because he said, y'all the Israelites, huh? Or y'all the, So if you know what we believe in, what's the problem?
I think more he was like, you got to be, so-called black. That's it. He seemed like one of them Hebrew Israelites. That's like, oh, hey, we don't look like other nations. It's just to us.
That was a straight demon.
Yeah, it was. It was. You can tell he's worldly, man. Yeah, definitely worldly.
Yeah. Go ahead.
His ways are of another fashion.
Of another fashion, man. Like even among our people, they see we different. Our people see we different. Man.
Yep. And it's
like,
previous to him.
You over there in the corner just meditating. It's like, what are you thinking about? You have a female come up to you. What you thinking about? Just chilling. It seems like something on your mind.
And that's what they rather want to see us on one corner, throwing up gang signs, and then one Jake live on Wallaby Way or something right down the street, and you banging because he live on that street.
Yeah, you got them old grandmas like doing they gang banging. Come on, baby, get some. I made y'all dinner today.
Y'all some peach cobbler.
Come in throwing signs. What's up, Grams? You know what I'm saying? Giving her a hug and shit. What's up? And she's like, "Those are my baby."
Oh hell no!
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
And then cry at the funeral and shit. Like, Osai said, y'all was trying to say, let the dead bury the dead.
Let him break you tread him. No, he didn't. He was robbing, stealing, and killing motherfuckers.
And as far as we know, among the black community, ain't nobody went to hell. They talking about they believe in hell everlasting. Ain't nobody went to hell yet, according to them.
Banging his whole life, and then got a picture with some angel wings on at the funeral. Shit, he wasn't no damn angel. Well, he was a wicked angel.
Yeah, they always look up and shit. He's in the heaven. What about looking down? They ain't never looked down.
All the damn wickedness that motherfucker that did.
Yeah.
He's up there now, resting.
He in the casket and shit. They marching and shit for him. You know what I'm saying? Fix his casket. His casket look better than everybody's in the world.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Jake upside down, man. Go ahead.
Verse 16, we are esteemed.
And Jake will laugh at himself. He's like, that is me. Shit. Y'all crazy than a motherfucker. Y'all know. Yeah. Laugh at him damn self, man. Look at that. See, the children, too. Sometimes the children be the first ones that, look at us crazy and call us a nigga and shit. So that spirit's going to pay. Yeah. As well as the parents and shit. Y'all talking about, the kids don't know racism and shit.
Those are just old spirits coming back here to get blown up.
They already know. They already got it in them.
Yeah, they ain't changed.
Y'all was trying to say every idle he meant what he said.
Every idle word.
You don't have to be accountable.
Will be accountable. Yeah. That acid will be grassy, burnt up.
They're gonna be walking. We're gonna be walking your children like we walk a dog and shit.
Lord gonna burn y'all motherfuckers up.
Like in them slave movies, they have them on a chain and shit.
Sure lives.
Acting like y'all ain't wicked and shit, man.
You gonna pay for that shit.
Go ahead.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits.
They counterfeit stuff. Like them fake Jews. They counterfeit Jews. Yeah. Holocaust, bypass all that shit. Oh, the Holocaust. 6 years, get over it. That's like a 6-minute ass whooping compared to a 45-minute, an hour ass whooping and shit. Your parents have to take a break on your ass. Like, damn, I'm tired. Let me rest for 5 minutes. Then get to beating your ass, get that breath in. But 6-minute time, it wasn't even know it was timeout, basically. Stand in the corner and shit.
Yeah, man.
6 minutes. Go ahead.
He abstaineth from our ways.
Yeah, we abstain from his ways. Go ahead.
As from filthiness.
As from filthiness. Because what they do? Incest, bestiality. I don't care if you have one state that's beastie. Motherfuckers can go to that state, do the bestiality, and come back to his own state. You still allowing that door to be open. Go ahead. Yeah. But, America, like, well, that's because of this. Or they give a reason for it. Like, if you're lonely, that's for the lonely and brokenhearted. That's in case they need affection and shit.
And it's really different everywhere you go. Like, you had that comedian, he was talking about he's getting a divorce, but he was like, I'm gonna go here because I know in this state, she can't take my money in this state.
Yeah.
But in Florida, it's like, oh, she'll take half my shit. But over here, they say they can't,
Have Jake running around like a chicken head guy.
I can't be in Wisconsin, motherfucker. I gotta go, man. They trying to serve my divorce papers, right? They chasing this motherfucker all around the U.S.
Like they did with Texas when they like martial law or something. They trying to do martial law. Damn, I'm glad I ain't in Texas. They tripping out there. Martial law and shit.
Boy.
Go ahead.
He pronounced the end of the just to be blessed.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it just be blessed? Esau say, why is he?
Yeah, he's like, how dare them? Like,
how dare the just be blessed? What? Go ahead, man. Esau a wild boy, man. Go ahead.
And maketh his boast that Yahweh.
We know what it says, the God, but God is the true power is Yahweh. And his son. Go ahead.
Is his father.
Is our father, man. Our father would say, our Father in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Hallowed be thy name, right? We pray with the name in. It wouldn't have been in there if we ain't supposed to say his name. I was shy. Didn't he say that? This is what you pray when you pray. Yep. Our Father, which is art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Go ahead.
Let us see if his words be true.
Proud as hell, man. And at the same time, a fearful type of way too. Like let's see what you might have somebody to come against David Banner just to see the Incredible Hulk coming out of him. Shit. Let's just beat him up to see if he turn into Incredible Hulk. Let's see if he turns into an angel. And then after what? The 3 children in the furnace, what did Nebuchadnezzar do? Change his fucking mind and said, like, anybody that come against the God of Daniel gonna be cut into pieces. Like you can't, and none can stay his hand. Whatever, he was scared as hell, and he got turned into a beast, right? So he knew Most High wasn't no joke. Go ahead.
And let us prove.
Go ahead.
What shall happen in the end of him?
Yep, because Most High built that pride back in him. Like, okay, ain't nothing happened in a long time and shit. We ain't never been in a nuclear war. It's only been ground troops and all that, infantry and all that. The Cold War and all that. But then they nervous because it's prophesied. And actual countries got nuclear war. But they like, nah, they keep touch with Russia and shit. Make sure we copacetic, we on the same lines, right? Hey, Putin called, joke on the phone, drinking champagne. What would you say about that nuclear threat? You know how we joke, Trump. you know, all right, I was just checking in with you. All right. You don't know if Putin is going to really do it or not. So they kind of have a, but Most High put that pride in. So they're going to test us anyway. Go ahead.
For if the just man be the son of the Most High,
If he be the son of the Most High, go ahead.
he will help him.
Yeah, just like Yahweh Shai said to them, right? He said, if I wanted to call legions down to come keep me from dashing my foot, then they'll do that. You know?
They said that to him when he was on the cross.
Yeah.
They said, if he was the son of the Most High,
Yeah. Bring yourself down from the cross, basically. Mm-hmm. They said he save us, but himself he cannot save. You know? But that was prophesied, right? That the Yahweh Shai would have to do that. And that some of us have to be martyrs and all that. But what did it say? They put you to death and think they did a good work. But it's to their detriment. They don't, because they don't understand the spirit of things.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Go ahead.
And deliver him from the hand of his enemies.
And deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Now, I guess they forgot about the story of Ananias, Azarias and Mishael. Because they got saved from the furnace. But they didn't learn. But they're going to test that way again. You know?
The Lord's going to save the elect from this furnace. Yeah. We ain't going to have to stand in it like they did.
Yeah. But now the furnace is the missiles and shit. You know? And, we might still be here when the missiles coming down, but we caught up just in time. It says the righteous shall scarcely make it.
Yes, what you say. I hear the alarm go off.
Yeah.
The sirens go off.
Yeah.
Still coming down.
Yeah, they tell you that Revelation 11, when they go up into the cloud, the same hour, there'll be an earthquake.
You're gonna be, and at that time, you can change that. It's like you said, the twinkle of an eye, man.
But what did it say? The fearful should not inherit the kingdom. Because if you look what it say, look up for your salvation is near. If you don't look up, you be like, I just don't want to look at the chariots might be up there.
Yeah. And it might
it's going to be. It's going to be.
Yeah. It might look like a scary sight, but you still got to look up. Yeah. You still got to look up because them chariots is going to look terrifying, man. Mm-hmm. To the earth, man. They call it the curse of the earth, man. That thing ain't going to look pretty, man. It's going to look like a Esau eating meat grinder, man. It's not going to look pretty, man. You still got to be like, hey, get out of here.
That's why in the book of Luke, he called him a fearful sight.
A fearful sight, man.
And in the book of Matthew, he said, when I was in Luke 2, he said, man's heart shall fail them.
Yeah, for fear of what's coming up on earth.
What they shall see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or you have 13 campaigns. Everybody turn his count and say, tremble at his count.
Yeah.
So they see that ship like,
That's
fight. That was third fight. They saw it. They didn't want to do it, but they had to. Like, man,
Yep.
it's scary sight.
That's why they show up as orbs right now.
Yep.
Little orbs, so we can get. I don't want to scare you.
Scare them off. They used to make Moses. Moses go talk to the Most High. He was go over there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we'll tell us what he said.
Mm-hmm. They even was kind of side-eyed by the glory that Moses had on his face, man.
Mm-hmm. They were scared of him, man.
He had to put a veil over him, Yeah.
The same account when it's coming to sirens of the Lord. They were scared when they're hearing the sound.
Yeah.
The Lord was coming to
Yep.
They were scared of the sounds.
Yeah. And can't forget about the what do you call it? Apparition. It's gonna be some crazy. Yeah. When Jake sees something out of the spirit and the spiritual and it's from the spirit world out of this existence, they get frightened like a mother. Damn. What's going on, man? But the American way is to be fixed on the carnal stuff, right? The entertainment of things. Fixed upon death here. People, when they get older, they just, I'm about to die, and they get all bitter and shit. The hospital tell you got 6 months to live. Yeah, man. How you gonna report that for your own death and shit? Yeah, man. The hospital said I got 6 months to live. Shit. And you gonna make sure you kill yourself in 6 months. And shit. Go out drinking and shit, doing cocaine and shit. You gonna take yourself out. And be like, everybody gonna be like, they were right. He only had 6 months. Nah, because he didn't believe, he didn't trust in the Most High, man. You know, we get sick and all that, you know. But, you know, Most High said these bodies are subject to vanity pretty much, you know. Creatures subject to vanity. That don't mean the Most High is not for us, man. You know, that don't mean it's not a spirit working in us, you know. I was trying to say the kingdom was within you, man.
America was built for a lot of people, man, for us.
Yeah.
For us to realize, you know, how much we need Yahweh Shai, man. How much, you know, we don't want to enjoy this place, man. We want to be back with the Heavenly Father and the Son, man. Ain't nothing here is gonna be. It's not gonna be satisfying enough for our spirit.
Yeah. That's what it is. A lot, but you know how when you kids they straight from the spirit world and they just want to run and shit. You know, they don't give a damn and they played the Superman and they jumping off the couch and all that. That's how your spirit is inside. You know, yeah. Even when when you talk to people and you be like, damn, they just so you can't. It's like talking to a wall. You know, even with your woman. Women think they lie. They are lively. They think they're not more lively than us. We're the sons of God. They said we are lively stones. It's just we can't communicate with you like that because y'all not in it like we are, man. Y'all just not in it like we are. I could say that. You know, I believe that 100%. Y'all don't see the Most High like we see him and his son. Y'all don't call him Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai? Y'all probably say the same thing. Why is his name there? Why we got to call him that? You know. Why is that important? Why is history important? Why we got to know this stuff? You know? Because it's prophesied and the Most High, if he wouldn't have had it in the book if we wasn't supposed to know about it. All these things are written for our learning. So a woman is driven by what she can get out of what she learns. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to get a degree. I'm going to get paid for this. You know? We just being like, we just love learning from the Most High. Because a lot of our learning comes from the affliction and not money and rewards and all that. So
that's what made us men.
Mm-hmm. That's what makes you a better man. And we come to be better men by day, man. You know, what does they renew? The inner man is renewed every day, man. But not this world. They'll go down to the pits with themselves. Suicide, don't give a fuck. Nigga holding his nuts. I don't give a fuck. Nigga splurging on fucking IG and Instagram and and nigga, you ain't got no money like this, nigga. And talking about another man's wife and shit. You know, fuck your wife, nigga, fuck you. And then they die, and then people feel sorry for them.
For what? That's a damn.
Because it's the American way. We keep telling you that time. But you know, hey, outside we'll call it. You know, we're gonna start to bring them articles out like we used to next time. Outside we'll, you know, and hopefully it was edifying, man. Till we out of here. And once again, giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Rakadai Yahweh, Rakadai Shai, Rakadai Yahweh. Double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, great millstone, my salutation to the brother teaching word for the hopeful elect, soon to be elect. Most High will to offer still elect, shalom, blessings, men, women, and children. And guess what? It's only two sides of the coin, right? It's either hot or cold. It's either American way or the Most High's way. So all these ninjas and shit that don't believe in this truth, no matter how independent they are, these women, I'm doing my own thing. I'm my own boss. They going the American way.
Well, we're gonna give you back. We're gonna give you the season.
Yeah.
You stay with Trump.
Yep.
We ain't gonna call you.
Give it to Caesar what is Caesar. Give it to Most High with Most High. Separation. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, shalom, man.
Shalom.
Where's yeah.
Oh, yeah.